There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
So, good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome to jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live. We are live today for Philippine Christian University. So, for this session, we'll be joined by speakers from Cognizant, VXI Global, and the Department of Labor and Employment. So, before we start, we will invite everybody for a short prayer followed by the national anthem.
Good day everyone, isang mapagpalang araw sa inyong lahat. Bago tayo manalangin, let me share with you a passage from the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 verse 10. It says, "For even when we were with you, we gave you this rule. The one who is unwilling to work shall not eat." Again, The one who is not unwilling to work shall not eat. Now, the question is, why do we work? Our webinar today is about job seeking, interview. It's all about work. And the question is, why do we work? Let's see some biblical principles why we should work. The first reason why we must work, because work is ordained by God. In Genesis chapter 1 verse 28 and chapter 2 verse 15, it says, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground. And in Genesis chapter 2 verse 15, the Lord God took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. Work was God's own original idea. God has given us the ability to work, make plans, implement them, and be creative. So, we must work because it is ordained by God. The second principle, work is for a lifetime. Genesis chapter 3 verse 19. By the sweat of your brow, you will eat your food until you return to the ground. In Tagalog version, sinasabi rito na pagpapawisan mo ang iyong kakainin hanggang sa ikaw ay bumalik sa lupa. God intends human to work as long as they live. And the third principle, why we should work, because work provides for the basic necessities of life. It allows us to care for ourselves and our family, putting food on the table and paying the bills. Give us the satisfaction of doing our job well. And most importantly, it provides us with the opportunity to help others and to serve God with a clear conscience. And let me remind you, let us remember this: no work, no food. Yan ang sinasabi ng Biblia sa atin. And in 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8, Paul warned us, anyone who does not provide for their relatives, and especially for their own household, has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Mas masahol pa daw sa hindi mananampalataya ang sinumang tao na hindi kumikilos o nagtatrabaho para mai-provide yung pangangailangan ng kanyang sambahayan. That's why work is important, because it is ordained by God. Work is for a lifetime, and work provides for the basic necessities of life. Let us pray. God, we come to you knowing that you know all things and always have our best interests at heart. Lord, we come seeking your guidance today. Help our students to understand which career path is right for them right now. We are choosing not to lean unto our own understanding, but instead to acknowledge you, thus allowing you to guide and lead their footsteps. Help them gather all the information needed for the application and to relay their thoughts in a way that is personable yet professional. Help them to see what the specific employer needs so that they may tailor their application to fit their qualifications. It can be hard to see the right thing to do from our view within our own circumstances. So we are instead trusting your judgment and your direction to show us what to do and where to go in this season of their life. Give us eyes to see and ears to hear what you would have them to do. This all we pray in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang mag-ibig, kailas ang sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng mag-ibig, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mo bagaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nagtitigil, ang bituin at araw niya kailan ang may magtitigil. Luman ang araw ng walhagin pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Alright, so welcome back everyone. So I'm Shari from Academic Linkages. I will be today's host. And to officially start today's session, may we invite Dr. Kathleen Rose Gimbatan, Vice President of Academic Affairs for Philippine Christian University, to give us the opening remarks.
Good day, everyone, especially our participants and organizers in today's webinar entitled Marketing Me Live Career Orientation in cooperation with our partner institution, Jobs 180. To our student participants who are here with us today, welcome, and we hope that in today's webinar, you will gain insights, wisdom, as you go on with your academic endeavor. To our organizers, headed by the Office of Student Affairs, with Reverend Lilinda Mugot manning it, thank you very much for this effort. I would like also to acknowledge our guidance office, headed by Dr. Gloria Nabus and staff. Thank you for that particular effort that you are doing to encourage our students, most particularly our students in the first year, second year, third year, and fourth year, both in Dasmariñas and Manila campus. I would like also to take and acknowledge the other participants who are here with us today, especially in today's webinar with its theme and purpose. Aid them to seek employment of our students, help boost their confidence in entering the workforce, and encourage them to develop their soft skills for use within and outside the work setting. With this particular purpose, we hope that at the end of the webinar, you will go out and ready to apply or put all these concepts that you have learned outside the workplace and even in the community where you are staying. Without much ado, thank you very much for this opportunity to be with you in today's webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Dr. Gimbatan. So, to all our viewers, so for attendance, we'd like you guys to comment your name, school, campus, year, and course. And for later, please don't hesitate, please don't be shy to type in your questions so we can answer them after each speaker's talk. Ayan. So, if your friends are not here yet, please tag them and please share with them this video. So, para makasama na sila sa atin. Alright? So, here is our schedule for this afternoon. First topic is online applications to be discussed by jobsready.com. Next topic is virtual interviews to be presented by Cognizant, developing good work ethics from VXI Global, and last topic is labor education for graduating students to be discussed by the Department of Labor and Employment. So shout out to everyone who is here and who is on time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, please don't forget to comment your name, your school, your course, and your year level in the comment section. Yeah. So let's go to our first speaker. So our first speaker is jobs180.com's managing director. He is Sir Kim Chua. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. So he is a trusted resource speaker and has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. So kasama yan si PCU sa mga pinupunta ni Sir Kim nung may mga physical talks pa tayo. Alright, so Sir Kim, if you're ready, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Everyone, allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. No, not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan ang tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, no, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis pag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. This should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, meron kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpleto ang detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo. Kayo lang may alam yan. At lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kina-account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis ay makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating pa sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gano'ng karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo, just make sure alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang tourism at pang HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa dalawang lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung dalawa. Kung dalawa lang talaga alam nyo, din dalawa lang. Ano tong dalawang to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan, ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, yung mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng ganun kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Diba? Halimbawa, o sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member ng Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pinakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan, blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo at oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si eye expert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo na napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto ka niya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design, diba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pa nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do you do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigay mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real time. As in real time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details yun na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon, by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJTU 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position, and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo. Update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No, maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number one, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secure na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O, di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang job street resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo. Na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo. You can always edit it. Enter, save it. Real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chu Wa. Don't forget yung Wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
Alright, so thank you for that, Sir Kim. Ayan, thank you for joining us, Sir Kim. And so now the floor is open for questions from our audience. So guys, kung may tanong kayo, pwede na kayong magtanong kay Sir Kim. So habang nag-iisip kayo, nag-prepare na ako, sir, ng question for you. Sir, question number 1. What is the first thing that you look at in a profile?
The first thing that I look at, normally, I'm now thinking as an HR, ang normally tinitignan ko yung skills. That's the first thing that will strike me. So, it's very important na yung mga skills ninyo, regardless of connected ba siya sa course or not, you put it there. Kasi minsan, kahit hindi naman konektado doon sa course, pero yung skills na hinahanap ng HR, nandyan sa inyo, pwede na kayo makonsider. Then the rest will just follow. Yung mga, siguro the rest, like location or yung mga other information pa na relevant dun sa, like experience, example, yun, those things will just follow. Pero the first thing, to answer lang yung question ni Ma'am Shari, it's the skills. That's the first thing that will catch my attention.
Alright, thank you for that, sir. Next follow-up question, sir.
Yes.
Gaano po yung, what is the average turnaround time for online applications? Siyempre ngayon hindi tayo nag-i-interview ng personal, di ba, sir? So, ano yung usual timeline kapag submit ko ng resume, tapos tatawagan nila ako, tapos mag-i-interview ako?
It really depends on the organization at saka sa urgency ng position. Kasi may mga companies, yung normal process nila, will take about 2 weeks. Minsan ganyan, yan yung normal process. So they will collate all the applicants muna, screen them for the first week, and then shortlist them for the second week. And then move forward na for the job offer. Sino yung okay. May iba namang companies, maiksi talaga yung processing. Sometimes may mga companies 1 week lang or even less. Some even do a 1-day processing. In the case of some BPOs, no, may mga ganon, mabibilis sila. May mga iba naman will take a little longer pa. Depende rin sa position. Kasi depende sa level. Sometimes if you're hiring for mga managerial or higher position pa than managerial positions, then it will normally take longer. No, hindi siya tipong 1 week to 2 weeks lang for that. Yan. So, yan. Speaking of which, malapit na yung virtual career fair nila. 'Di ba? Alam mo 'yan, Ma'am Shari, si PCU.
Yan, thank you, sir.
Ayan,
Hanapin
yes.
natin, sir. Let me check. When is the PCU?
Virtual career fair for PCU is happening on June 23.
June 23.
Oo. Yun nga rin yung isa sa gusto ko gawin, i-remind ko. Kung walang question na gusto ko rin mag-remind sa kanila, na mag-prepare na sila for the upcoming Virtual Career Fair live event. So ano yung expect natin mangyari dito? First, let me share my screen para lang makita rin nila. Sandali, let me share my screen. So what they need to do, two things lang. One is kung wala pa silang Jobs 180 resume link, then gumawa na sila. Yan yung una. No? Now, for those na meron ng Jobs 180 account, what you need to do, so I'm now sharing my screen. Let me know, Ma'am Shari, kung nakita mo, pina-flash ko.
Yes, sir.
Yung, yan,
Kita.
okay. So, kung meron na kayong Jobs 180 account, then what you need to do is log into your resume link, tapos click nyo yung join na button. Kasi may join dyan na lalabas. Basically, yung invitation details nakasulat. So, sa mga nakikinig ngayon, both from PCU Manila and PCU Dasma, ito po yung career portal. No? Papaalala ko lang, for those who are in PCU Manila, it's schools.jobs180.com/PCU. Yan, kung nakikita ninyo. Now, if you're from Dasma naman, it's schools.jobs180.com/PCU Dasma. Dagdagan mo lang ng Dasma, yung sa PCU. Yun lang yun. Pero either way, what happens here is it's basically the same, no? If you see what I'm showing now, may naka-pop up dito, nakalagay po June 23. It's a Wednesday. Next week, that's a week from 2 weeks pa pala siya. No, hindi siya next week. A week from next week pa. So, that's 9 a.m., alas 9 ng umaga. Ito po yung gagawin nyo. Create nyo lang yung Jobs 180 account to join. Kung wala pa. Kung meron na, you just have to log in to your account and then you'll be able to see now the information doon po. So, that's one of the expectation when you go to this page. Pangalawang expectation is if you go to this portal that I'm showing you, you will be seeing here yung mga list of companies. Ito yung mga iba-ibang industry partners ni PCU. Both PCU Manila and PCU Dasma, you will find them here. So you can check them out, explore opportunities. These are mostly for fresh graduates and entry-level positions. So hindi na kayo mahihirapan maghanap, no? Andiyan na yung mga kumpanya, lumalapit na po para sa inyo. And then pagdating po dun sa June 23, ang recommend ko na lang is mag-prepare kayo ng mga questions kasi yung session na yon hindi lang yung mga companies na nag-i-interview sa inyo. You can also interview the companies. Baliktad, no? Kayo mag-interview sa kanila, get to know them, and then find out about their vacancies, and then we also look forward that you explore yung mga opportunities nila. So yan. Yan ang aking mga reminders para po sa Virtual Career Fair live event ni PCU Manila and PCU Dasma. June 23. Huwag niyong kalimutan. June 23.
Thank you for the reminder, sir. Sir, we have a question here coming from
Yes.
Colin Candelura. Good afternoon. My question is, should I include jobs that I've had na hindi na related sa trabahong gusto kong puntahan? Thank you for the wonderful webinar, sir.
Should I include jobs that I've had? So, meaning previous experiences, no? Na walang connect sa current trabaho na pinapasukan. Yes, Colin, I recommend yes, you do that because number one, we want to be transparent, be truthful with your information, do not falsify any data. If you want to omit some of the information, you may do so if you want to. Kung feeling mo sobrang dami mo ng work experience, no? Sobrang haba na. Minsan may iba doon parang short stint lang na hindi mo rin siguro very significant para ikwento. Okay lang yun i-remove. Pero pag tinanong kayo ng HR kung bakit may blanco doon sa work period, you have to be prepared to answer. Because definitely the HR will be able to identify bakit may blanco from this month to this month or maybe from this year to this year. Diba? Bakit ka nabakante? Ayan. So, yan yung mga tatanungin. Yun pala, yun yung work experience mo. So, kung ako lang, ang tatanungin, I'd rather you put everything there. Better, sobra, than matanong ka pa later, than ma-question ka pa. Diba? So, yun lang ang akin. Okay,
Saka
so
magre-reference sa SSS, di ba, sir?
Yes.
Mga
tama.
previous employer. So, kung hindi yun tugma, questionable yun sa
Questionable. Oh, mahirap maging questionable diba? So, yan.
Alright,
Okay.
sige. So, thank you for that, Sir Kim. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Marami pa kami natutunan. So, thank you, sir.
Salamat din. Be safe. See you soon. Bye-bye.
So, yan. So, first topic done. So, next up, we have Sir Mark Aurelio coming from Cognizant Technology Solutions. So, he is the HR Junior Executive. Sir Mark graduated from Polytechnic University of the Philippines in 2015 with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Human Resource Development Management. So, he joined Cognizant fresh from college as Senior Coordinator for Talent Acquisition Group and has progressed as the campus and events channel lead, taking on junior executive functions. So he is young and a dynamic HR professional. He has been recognized during the 2017 Gawad Silab Awards as Rookie of the Year and 2018 High Club Awards and 2019 Regional HR Gem Awards for going beyond boundaries. So, Sir Mark, if you're ready, please join us. Hi, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Shari.
Can we test your screen share?
Sure. Let me just
It's loading, sir. So, guys, if you have questions for Sir Mark or for his presentation, just don't hesitate to put it on our comment section para pwede natin itanong kay Sir Mark mamaya, okay? His topic will be interview tips. Yan. So, dressing up and answering common interview questions. Sir Mark, are you ready? Full screen na lang ako, sir.
yes. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. I can hear you po.
Ayan, full screen na siya.
Okay, sir. Let's just wait for a moment. Sa ed po namin, hindi pa siya naka-full
Okay.
screen. If there are glitches po or lag on your behalf po later, sir, I will butt in
Late.
the presentation nyo para maayos po natin yung tech issue.
Mm-mm.
May I confirm, sir, if
Shari,
it's
naka-full screen siya.
hindi pa, sir. Can we try entire screen, sir? Share the entire screen as opposed to share as window. Baka po may bug sa PowerPoint.
You're cutting in and out, Shari. I think I have a problem. Can you see it now?
Hindi, sir. Naka-ano siya, sir. Naka-window siya. Hindi siya naka-full screen.
Again.
Can we share entire screen po?
Yeah, try again.
Try entire screen. Ganyan talaga, guys, pag live yung event.
Sorry.
Ang daming mga glitches. It's okay, sir. Ayan. In the meantime, so I'd like to remind you guys, the virtual career fair for PCU is on June 23, 9 a.m. So if you guys want to greet and personally meet ating mga employers and partners from different companies, you're welcome to join those sessions. So we advise you to dress up and be prepared for interviews because some of them do their screening on that day. Some of them naman magpupuling lang, but better be prepared with your questions. Is everything well from your answer?
Yeah, on my end, naka-full screen siya. Hindi pa ba?
Hindi pa siya, sir, sa sa side namin. Entire screen na lang, sir.
Hello,
Kahit
Shari?
entire screen pagana.
Okay.
Let's try
Oo,
entire screen.
naka-entire screen na siya.
Naka-entire screen kayo, sir? Hindi siya lumalabas, sir, eh.
Oo. Sige. Can I send my presentation? Ba-
Sige, sir. Okay lang, sir.
Ayan,
Stop
naka-full
screen,
screen na siya.
share screen again, sir. Stop and share ulit daw, sir. From tech. Loading na siya, sir. Ayan. Pa-full screen lang ako, sir. Full screen na po ba? Sir Mark? Do you hear me, sir? Can Is it working on your end po? Sir, do you want to do away with the presentation? I can just ask you questions. And we can also open the floor with questions from our job seekers. Kabisado niyo po ba yung presentation niyo, sir? Sir Mark?
I could hear you, Shari.
Narinig niyo po ako. Sige, sir. Sir, let's
Yes,
do
oo.
away with the presentation. Would that be okay? For the meantime po, you can send it to our tech, events@jobs180.com. And then we'll try to
Okay.
put it in as we go along with the presentation. Let me just confirm if that suggestion is okay po with tech. Pero you can start sending your sir, presentation.
Sige, that's okay. I'll just send I'll send the file.
Sige, sir. Tapos, sir, while we're waiting, so for our audience, we're opening the floor to questions to ano possible na gusto nyo itanong when it comes to virtual interviews and applications. So for example, Sir Mark is from Cognizant, so you can ask him questions like, what are the things what are the vacancies that they have for fresh graduates, or for example, if you're a graduate of broadcasting, for example, I saw here broadcasting, or you're a graduate of financial management, what positions are anong positions yung eligible kayo mag-apply, ganon. So, next up, pwede rin naman kayo magtanong kung ano yung i-prepare nyo for virtual interview. So, ano yung mga bagay na kailangan nyo asikasuhin first. So, kung meron kayong mga tanong or kung meron kayong mga concerns, pwede nyo ilagay sa comment section. Tapos, pag-usapan natin habang inaayos pa ni Sir Mark yung tech niya on his side. Alright? Sige. Sir Mark, are you there?
Hi, Shari. Yes, sesend ko lang yung
Okay lang,
file.
sir, kahit walang camera. We'll just ask you a couple of questions po habang wini-wait natin yung presentation nyo na ma-load sa screen. Is that okay, sir? Okay, sige, sir. So guys, let's just ask Sir Mark some questions. So first question, sir, I would just like to ask your comment or maybe opinion on it was viral a couple of months ago where a fresh graduate was offered 37,000 starting salary. I'm not sure of the specifics, but the people who saw that tweet was questioning bakit siya nag-decline sa 37,000 na starting salary when in fact it's a bit high for starting positions here in the Philippines. So can we ask for your comments, sir, or any opinion po on this instance?
Hi, Shari. Yes. So, well, on my perspective, if the candidate did his research or her research about the industry, and then after the research or after his research, um, na confirm niya na yung salary is within a specific range, then it hindi siya nag-meet dun sa range na napunta dun sa research niya, then I think that's ano naman, okay lang. Kasi for different industry, iba-iba yung range of our ano eh, yung range ng salary. And then there are uh, position na can offer that that salary as well. So it depends. Maybe it's not within the normal range of salary for everyone, but there are positions that can offer that high amount. Um, Given the experience or given the um, siguro yung qualification din nung candidate. So siguro with and for an individual, you will know your worth for a position. So as long as you know your worth and you know you have plans on meron kang plans kung paano ma-attain yung goals mo and you have certain expectation, that's okay to have an expectation. Um, so siguro wag lang natin siya i-bully about it because we have different for an individual we have different aspiration, different expectations in life. So in my case that's okay, but at the same time it is not also um, it's also good to have parang ano lang ng to meron ka lang na parang okay ka to start on for example yung tinatawag natin na humble beginnings. So if you're okay with yung okay ka lang dun sa salary na for starters, then that's good. Then you should work up na lang. So yun, as I mentioned, okay lang yun because we have different aspirations, goals, and expectations in life. So kung sa tingin niya, yung worth niya is hindi ganon, that's okay. And wag natin siya i-bully.
Alright, thank you for that, sir. Sir, may I confirm if you already sent the deck to events?
Let me resend it. No?
Sige, sir. Ayan. So I think the incident was discourse starter for HR people and also starting applicants, no. It opened their eyes na pwede pala yung ganon because a couple of years ago the teaching in schools is that whatever's offered to you yun yon. So apparently, so from HR's point of view, from their perspective, it's okay to know your worth and demand
Mm.
or negotiate. Pala. The right term is negotiate for a job that you think that you deserve and for that price also. So with those qualifications, siguro talagang mataas yung qualifications ng applicant na to deserve that kind of salary. And we are just happy that it opened the conversation na dati hindi talaga discussed but ngayon open na tayo with these kinds of topics. Alright. Sir Mark, Tech, may I know the status of the deck?
Okay, sending siya.
Is it sending, sir?
Okay, sending message siya. So parang naglalag lang.
Okay, sir. For the meantime po, can you tell us about your company, Cognizant? How is it? What's it like working for the
I'll
company?
share my screen. Baka gumana siya.
Sige, sir. We can try that.
Sorry, cutting in and out.
Okay lang, sir. Pumapasok ba, sir? You can keep your camera turned off po. Baka mabigat dun siya sa bandwidth. Can we put it on full screen, sir? Guys, if you want to check out vacancies for Cognizant Philippines, they're also on your career site. So if you look at jobsranking.com/cognizant ph, that's where you see vacancies, postings. You can look at if the post is if you're eligible for the post, and then you can apply using your resume link. So just make sure that you have completed your profile so para mag-push through yung application natin. Sir Mark, it's up. Okay na, sir.
Oo.
Naka-full screen siya.
Ah, ayan, okay na siya.
Okay na, sir. Okay na po.
Sana
Ayan.
hindi mag-lock yung internet.
Sige, sir.
Okay.
Mag-interject ako, sir, kapag merong spotty or nawala yung presentation niyo po.
Okay.
Sige, sir.
Alright.
Um,
Sige.
you can start na, sir.
Sige. Alright, thank you, Sherry. So I'll start the presentation now. Good afternoon, guys and gals. Mark here. I have been a recruiter for 5 years now. And in those years, I have learned a thing or two about hiring and getting hired. So now I'm here to share what I know with you. So if that sounds good, can you type good in the comment box section kung nakakasunod kayo? Okay. All right. So next slide. So I'm also here to help you understand about Cognizant. I'm going to show you Cognizant growth and credentials. And I hope that you will find them as helpful as they have. And also, I'll be sharing tips on dressing up and answering common interview questions. That's our topic for today. Okay, next slide. So to start, Cognizant is a market leader and was founded in 1994. We are a US-based company, specifically in New Jersey, which have 283,000 employees. So Cognizant is a leading provider of information technology, consulting, and business process outsourcing. In terms of BPS or business services, we have big footprints. And when we say big, we have delivery centers that support all operations in the region. So as of 2020, we have 270 plus global offices. Okay. We also support our clients using different languages. We hire Arabic, Korean, Japanese, and Mandarin speakers. Also, despite the global pandemic situation, Cognizant were able to increase our revenue by 4% year over year. Okay. Next slide. Okay, who among you here are familiar with Fortune 500? So, can you type familiar in the comment back section? So, for those individuals who are not familiar with Fortune 500, it's an annual list published and compiled by Fortune magazine, wherein they rank the 500 of the largest U.S. corporations in terms of revenue. So back in 2013, Cognizant ranks in 352. And as we combined the passion for client satisfaction and technology innovation, we were able to take the 194 spot last year. At the same time, we are one of the most admired companies in 2020 and 12 years in a row. Oh, and we're part of the top 100 digital companies in 2019. So we're top 63. Okay. So next slide, please. Okay, so let's get into the topic now. But let me ask you guys and gals, are you ready to find the job of your dreams in 2021? Um, Type ready if you're ready to find the job of your dreams in 2021. Okay. So, well, if you're ready to find the job of your dreams in 2021, you're going to need to know some tips on dressing up and answering common interview questions. So, preparation for an interview needs to start days in advance. Don't think you are going to just roll in the day off with no preparation and wing it. I'll tell you, it will not go well. So there's an old saying that practice makes perfect, right? So meaning repetition is the key. So for interviewing is no different. You need to spend a considerable amount of time researching. If you expect your answers to be you need to spend considerable amount of time rehearsing them time and preparation. Okay, so let's talk about the preparation from a logistical standpoint. Because if you are in a job hunt mode, there's definitely some things that you need to have ready. So let's talk about the things that you need to have ready to go at the moment's notice when you are in the job hunt mode. Okay. First of all, your interview outfit. So whatever that's going to be, we will talk about that in a minute. Okay. So copies of your resume, print it out, ideally in nice paper, but don't laminate them. Or since we are on a pandemic mode, you can use Jobs 180 resume link. Diba? So you can send it to uh, the employers online. So at the same time, you need to you're going to research about the company. You're going to check their social media pages. You're going to try find common connections there. You see where I'm going with this, right? So we don't always get several days notice when an interview is being scheduled. So it's not unusual to get a call at 3 o'clock in the afternoon that the company wants you to meet you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. So you have to got to be ready for that. Okay. So you need to um, prepare in advance, days in advance. Okay. So next slide, please. Okay. So before we do the questions, let's talk about your outfit. So be at least business casual. Don't think you can do the interview with your pajamas or your street clothes. However, there is something to be said. And men, I know you're going to agree with this. There's something about wearing a good clothes that makes the man more powerful, and a woman too. Absolutely. And if you got one, if you have a favorite clothes or a polo shirt or a dress, put on that clothes. Okay, and I tell you that boosting confidence will definitely show through in the interview. Okay, so let's get into the get into the topic now for the most common interview questions. Uh, Interview question number one would be, tell me about yourself. Okay. Um, when answering this question, concentrate on telling them about your work-related skills as opposed to your home life. Okay. They might appear interested to your home life, but trust me, they are not. We are not. We are not interested in your home life. We want to know, or we want to know to see if you're going to be a good fit, uh, whether you have the skills for the role that you're applying. Okay, so what you can do is download a copy of the person specification for the job. If you saw the job ad, download a copy of the specification, job description. Focus on telling them how your skills and attributes match the document. So if you saw a job ad, um, tell them how your skills and attributes match the job ad, okay, or the job specification. Let's say you are applying for customer care associate, and you see in the job description that one of the requirements is you got to have positive customer focus approach. So with, on your interview, use power words in your response, such as you can also um, use motivated, that you are motivated, enthusiastic, loyal, flexible, committed, honest, hardworking, and adaptable, etc. And they will resonate positively with the interview panel. Okay. Next slide, please. Next question is, why do you want to work here? So here's some tips. Tell them about the preparation work you have done in the build up to the interview. Focus on number two, submission folk specification, the job description, and information you have gleaned from the company website. So if the company is more on information technology, research about the company and the information that you get from the website, whether it's a news about a new application that was innovated by the company. You can say that during the interview. Also, the literature you have studied during your research. So before you go to the interview, you should have look on their website. You should have look on the about part of the company. So you will have the background about the company. Also, you can say to the interview that during your research you managed to speak to your friend who worked for you. With, like, for example, if you have a friend that is working in that company, you can say that you have a friend working there, and your friend had nothing but positive things to say about your company. Both of them have worked. For example, you can say that your friends they appeared very happy in their work, so you were encouraged to apply to the company. So you can say that during the interview. Next slide, please. Okay, what are your strengths? So this is a common interview question. Again, let me give you some tips. Um, Again, focus on the person specification for the role you're applying for. So if one of the requirements of the job is that you are an effective team worker, you can say that you are great working with people. That you can get along with majority people, and you are a great team player. So don't forget to focus on the person specification for the role that you're applying for. Okay. Next would be, say something different that makes you stand out from the job from the other job applicants. give an example of why you are better than the other applicants, and try to make yourself relatable and real. Okay. Okay. Next slide, please. Um, Next interview question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Okay. So here's a few tips. One, don't tell them that you plan to have moved from their company either internally or externally. So what I mean by that is you don't want to say, well, I plan to leave a couple of years and do different role in a different company. So don't say that. Because loyalty is very important to the vast majority of employers. Remember, they have spent time, money, and resources training you up in the role. So they will want to see a return on their investment. So don't tell them you want to be, for example, don't be rude. Like for example, if you are being interviewed by the manager, don't tell the manager that you want to be sitting where they are, diba? Because it's an arrogant response, diba? You can say na ano na yeah, as I mentioned, um, focus on, don't tell them that you have to um, move from their company either internally or externally. Okay, so next slide, please. What are your weaknesses? So how to answer this question? Um, anyone who tells the interview panel they have no weakness is telling porkies, or we all have weaknesses, right? So don't give a weakness that is one of the key requirements of the role. Again, going back, you must focus on the job description of the role. So for example, if punctuality and good timekeeping are important for a specific role or job, don't tell the panel that you struggle getting out of bed in the morning. So don't say that. Okay. Um, Next slide, please. Okay. Interview question. When have you worked? Can you work under pressure? Okay. Okay. Tip number one. Try to give an example of when you have carried out a difficult or uh, pressurized task under strict time constraints. Okay. Number two, give a specific example. Um, and don't forget to use the STAR technique. So in your response. Now, the STAR technique is when you describe your response to the situation, what the situation was, that stands for S, for situation, and you then explain the task that you have to carry out. Then you explain the action that you want to do, and what was the result following your actions. So that is the STAR technique. And if you follow that process, you will 100% give specific examples. And for employers, they are always looking for specific or behavioral responses to some of the interview questions. So again, technique that stands for situation, task, action, and result. Okay. I think that would be the last slide. Do we have a next slide? All right. So this is my last slide. So for uh, applicants who are ready to find a job within the BPO industry, you can try to apply to our openings. You can find our job opportunities to jobs180.com in Cognizant Philippines. We are for most of our openings we're looking for at least second year college with no back subjects. It's okay not to have an experience in BPO. We are open to all courses. We can definitely process you for most of our openings. We have openings for our Quezon City site, Ortigas and Taguig. And if you have friends in Cebu, you can also apply to our openings in our Cebu site. That would be all. Thank you guys for listening. I think you learned a thing or two about this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Sir Mark. It's okay to keep your camera turned off, sir. Sir, I just have one question po. What is the a usual fear or apprehension of fresh grads when they are joining multinational companies like Cognizant? Sir Mark?
Shari, sorry, can you repeat the question? It's cutting
Sorry,
in and
sir.
out.
Okay, sir. Sir, just one question left. May I ask what is the usual fear or apprehensions of fresh graduates who are trying to join multinational companies like Cognizant?
Shari, can you type the question in the chat box here in StreamYard?
Sige, sir, for a while.
Sorry. Thank you.
Just send it, sir. Guys, Sir Mark is open for questions.
Thank
If you
you.
have questions, you may put it in our comment box. Sir Mark, are you still there?
Yes. So, what is the usual fear of fresh grads when applying to multinational companies? Mr. Um, Sige, usual fear. That's very broad yung question, no? Siguro
Is it
usual fear.
the targets? Is it the
Uh,
organizational
mm Oo. Siguro
common
for me, no,
skills?
it's fear of my answer would be
Sir Mark, it's okay, sir. If you can't, if the internet connection permits it, I think we're done naman na po with the topic. I think if we can answer, I'll just ask the question to the next speaker po.
fresh.
It's okay,
Yeah.
sir. Okay lang, sir.
Uh,
Hindi na po nakikisama yung internet. Okay lang po. Thank you, Sir Mark, again.
Thank you. Thank you, Shari.
Ayan. Sorry, no. Sorry, hindi natin masagot yung tanong. Pero I will take it, I will ask that question again to the next speaker. So let's go. So next speaker is from VXI Global, Miss Fidelity Pepito. She is the recruitment and marketing professional who has 6 years worth of well-rounded experience in talent attraction, specifically involving both internal and external talent sourcing initiatives. So with her current role as talent acquisition officer, she is responsible for VXI's recruitment, targeted advertising campaigns, and strategic brand partnerships. So Miss Fidelity, Fidelity, if you're there, please join us. Good afternoon, ma'am. Hi, ma'am.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm sorry,
Hi,
nakamute.
ma'am. Ayan, ma'am,
Hi.
can you try sharing your screen?
All right, sharing. Can you say it in full screen?
Yes, ma'am. It's on full screen na po.
Okay.
So, ma'am, I'll leave you to
Okay.
it. I'll be back in 20 minutes for the Q&A.
All right, see you then. So, hi guys, good afternoon. My name is Fidel. I am from VXIPH. And for those who doesn't know VXIPH yet, VXI Philippines is a call center as well, or a BPO company, and we are based in Manila or NCR, Pampanga, and Davao. So, what I'm gonna discuss today is how to develop good work ethics, or how to develop good work ethics. So, oh, by the way, I have here with me Vixie. She's waving to you guys. She's one of our recruitment or virtual recruitment assistant. Her name is Vixie. There. To start, I'd like to define first the word work. So, work is activity in which one exerts strengths or faculties to do or perform something, such as activity that a person engages in regularly to earn a livelihood. Can be careers, jobs. So B, a specific task, duty, function, or assignment, often being a part or phase of some larger activity. C, sustained physical or mental effort to overcome obstacles and achieve an objective or result. So, work is mainly used related to jobs and careers, but it can also be used to other things that can be discussed that has objectives. Next is let's talk about ethics. Ethics is concerned with what is good for individuals and society and is also described as moral philosophy. So it covers the following, such as how to live a good life, our rights and responsibilities, the language of right and wrong, and what is good and bad. So ethics is referred to external source of such as code of conduct that is within the workplace or principles in religions or things like that. Next is work ethic. So, work ethics is a set of moral principles or values that an employee abides by and uses in the job performance. It covers an employee's behavior and attitude towards their job, career, and the workplace. And why work ethics is important? It having a good work ethics, or if employees has a good work ethic, it creates a work or a good work environment, and it will help us to do our job easier and more comfortable. So, here are some of the important work ethic traits. These are not all, but these are some to mention. One is dedication. Second, self-discipline, productivity, teamwork and cooperation, integrity, and professionalism. So, let's start with dedication. So, yeah. Um, there. Um, so one of the most important or one important trait of having a good work ethic is you need to be dedicated to your work. So dedication happens when you truly love your work. And what will help you to love your work? So one, focus on the portion of your work that you love. So I know sometimes even in school we don't really love parang lahat, or we sometimes dislike other things. So one thing that can help you to to have a dedication is to focus on the things or looking at the brighter side ng work mo, kung ano yung pinaka patok sa interest mo, something like that, or what you love. So focus on that. And then if you happen to love, or it will help you to work your work, help you love your work, you'll have a dedication sa work mo para makakapag-invest ka to dedicate yourself to your work. And then, of course, surround yourself with others with similar passions, with similar interests, so that you can have an agreements or disagreements, and this person or this colleagues of yours that has a similar passion, interest, or click kayo, it will help you to survive on your job. Next is self-discipline. So self-discipline is essentially your consistent ability to control your actions, feeling, and emotions. So here are some of the items that will help you keep your self-discipline. So one, if you are not sure yet about a certain project that you're about to do, or if you're feeling angry to someone, so uh, it is important that you know how to count down, like think about it first. Once you're ready, or once you're sure about the action that you're about to do, then that's the time that you do it. So think about it first. That's one. Two is to put your goals when you can see them every day, so that you can be motivated and stay on track, stay focused, to have a self-discipline para magawa mo yung goal mo. And three, always remind yourself why you started. What are the things that keep you motivated and keep you will help you keep your self discipline. Okay, next is productivity. It is important that we show that we are productive, so that we can have a good work ethic. So it productivity is the effectiveness of productive effort, especially in industry, as measured in terms of the rate of output per unit of input. So here are some of the tips so that you can be productive. It may not work to everybody, but it may work to some. So you might want to consider it. So one is do your heavy lifting when you're at best. When you're at your best. So if you know yourself, or ask yourself, when is the best time for me, or when is the best time na nag-work yung mind ko. So like for example, me, I work best at night, so I do most of my things, or most of the hardest tasks that I have pag night, kapag peaceful na yung surroundings ko. So that's one, you need to have a self-assess kung kailan kayo nag-work at your best, so that you can do yung pinakamahirap na task during at your best. Second is eliminate distractions. If you know that this specific object distracts you, maybe you can consider closing it muna, like for example, or maybe you can direct your attention to others para maging productive ka, or if you know that you are being productive kapag meron kang music, then you can consider that. So one thing also is, again, self-assess, kilalanin na sarili if paano ka nag-work at your best. Three is prepare a to-do list. It will help you be organized, and if you're organized, it will help you to keep on track sa time management, and it will also avoid na makalimutan yung other important items that you also need to do. So four, be optimistic. It is really important to have a positive outlook in life, good mood, so that you can be productive, because if you do have a good mood, it will boost your productivity. Fifth is get enough rest and sleep. If you know that if you're being a burnout already sa dami ng ginagawa, take a rest, take a break. A 10-minute break, a 15-minute break, para ma-refresh yung mind natin, and it will be mas magiging productive ka kapag parang nag-take a break ka muna, or take a pause on what you're doing, if you're really having or experiencing a burnout. So yeah, it is really important to get enough rest, and of course sleep. If you have enough sleep, it will help you to have a good mood. Again, kapag good mood ka, positive outlook in life, it will help you be productive. Next is cooperation and teamwork. So good communication is at the heart of great teamwork. So what are the things that can help you to have a good communication? One, you need to be clear. Clarify the purpose, plans, delegations, and ownership. So if each and every one of you has a clear direction, clear directive, kung like for example, this portion of activity, this portion of task will be assigned to me, I will do everything in line to that task, and then this person has that has also a portion of his or her responsibility, and at the end of the day, if it is clear, we can put that work together, and then the work is done, and it is easier that way kapag nagkakaintindihan kayo or the purpose is clarified to each one and another. Second is listen. Communication is as much about listening as it is about speaking. So, especially when you're working as a team, listening is really important. You have to listen what others need to say so that you can have one one objective, one way or one perception on a specific project para rin nagkakaintindihan. Next is method. Try to use the most suitable tool to communicate for your specific needs, whether that's email, a chat tool, phone call, or face-to-face. Especially nowadays or modern days, we have social media and everyone is reachable. But we need to know your teammate or this person if it's okay for him or for her to use, like for example, her social media or personal social media to use for work purposes. So for some, it can be okay, but for some, baka hindi. So we need to know our teammates kung okay lang ba sa kanila. So that way, if it's not okay, let's look for another method kung paano makakapag-communicate yung team natin. Next is touch base. Encourage informal meetings, informal sharing, and huddles between team members. Usually, if you're working as a team, you have a weekly catch up. But if you have something to share or important information that you need to share to your teammates, um, maybe we should practice to share it to our team members na para at the end of the week if we meet with the team, we already have the same ideas, the same perception on a specific project that we're working in. So, parang ganun. Yun. Next is integrity. So, integrity is the quality of being honest and having a strong moral principles. The key to integrity is remaining the same person wherever you are. So, even that no one is looking at you, you should do your work the same. Noong may nakatingin, and also you are still doing the thing with all your honesty even kapag mag-isa ka lang. So ayun. And here are some of the things that will keep you that will help you show your integrity. One is if you made promises, you keep them. Be honest in your all communications. There. Next is professionalism. Professionalism defines as the conduct, aims, or qualities that characterize or mark a profession or professional person. So here are some of the characteristics that you need to show or characteristics of professionalism. One is be respectful. So even if the person that you're talking to is from the upper management or lower management or has a lower position than yours, please be reminded to be respectful, be punctual. Um, Being punctual is a sign of respectful also. So if you agreed to meet a certain person on a specific time, you have to be there at least 5 to 10 minutes before the agreed time, because every one's time is important and we have to respect that. Have a positive attitude. We don't know if what this person's going through, so it is really important that we always keep our attitude positive. So next is mind your manners. Always mind your manners and mind your body language. And then lastly, if you are currently on shift, if you have to do something related to work, and while you're on work, you have to stay focused. You have to show your professionalism. So I think the next slide is a quote that I'd like to share to everyone. Lang. So kindness begins with the understanding that we all struggle. By Charles Glassman. So again, especially on these trying times, we know that everyone has their own thing, or everyone is going through with something. So it is really important that we show our kindness to the person that you encounter, and it's free. So kindness begins with the understanding that we all struggle. So the next slide is I'd like to share that we're currently and it is our way to congratulate our fresh graduates and upcoming graduating students. If you're going to walk into any of our sites starting this June 28th until July 28th, we'd like you to know that we are offering a care kit to those who will walk in. And you can apply through any of these channels, jobs180.com/vxi, and via Facebook, our Facebook Messenger. If you do have any questions, that's m.me/vxiph, and also via email careersph@vxi.com. We're currently hiring for sales associates, customer service representatives, and technical support representatives. So yeah, we are located in Moa, Makati, Quezon City, and Bridgetown, Clark, and Davao. So there. I think this is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. If you do have any question, please do feel free to comment down below. Or Shari, hello.
Thank you for that, Miss Fidelity. All
Thank
right.
you.
So one question in from Kyra de Venecia. How can you tell if an applicant is honest or a person with dignity?
Uh,
Please.
well, Okay. Well, during our behavioral exam, or just to give you an idea, guys, regarding our recruitment process, the first step during your application is the pre-screening, and then after that is the initial interview, and then after that is the behavioral interview. So our recruiters are has prepared some questions so that they can know um, a little bit background about yourself, or that they have a multiple questions so that they can check if you're saying the truth. So there, they prepare some questions so that they can check it during the behavioral interview, which is the second step of our recruitment process.
Ayan, so may
Mhm.
cross-checking pala sila, Miss Kyra. So, hindi madali magsinungaling sa behavioral interview na yan.
Mhm.
Alright. Next question from Colin Dave Candalura. Good afternoon. Every
Mhm.
company website po ba ay may code of conduct or ethics? Ano po ang
Mhm.
purpose nito?
The importance of having a code of conduct to to every company is so para mapanatili yung um peacefulness. Oh no. You know, para rules is important. Just like, for example, here in our country, government or laws are important para mapanatili yung pagiging maayos na system. So the same that nawala ako, sorry. Am I cutting in and out? Hello?
Nagka-cut lang siya, ma'am, pero nakakabalik naman po.
Okay,
So
sorry.
far, so
Uh,
far naintindihan naman po namin.
all right. So yeah, system is really important everywhere. Thank you.
Ayan. So I guess Sir Colin or Miss Colin,
Mhm.
yung importance ng code of conduct sa mga companies is that pag may violation or
Mhm.
pag kunyari hindi sure, gray area, pwedeng balikan
Mhm.
yung code of conduct or ethics code nila para makita kung sino yung nagkamali, saan nagkamali. Mas maganda kasi
Yes.
written yun. Yan.
Yes, and having a system talaga.
Opo.
Mhm.
Yan. So sabi nga ni Miss Fidelity kanina, so tinitignan nila
Mhm.
yung code of ethics na yun bilang governing law nila, parang sa
Mhm.
government, tsaka system nila yon. Doon sila babalik at babalik kung may unclear man na or untoward na incident. Ayan.
Mhm.
So Miss Fidelity, thank you for
Thank you
giving
too.
us a wonderful talk po, no? So on behalf
Mhm.
of Jobs on 80 and PCU then ma'am, we'd like to
Mhm.
extend our gratitude to you po and to the entire VXIT. Thank you
Thank
po,
you,
Mr.
too.
Benedict.
Thank you for having us. Bye
We hope
bye.
you enjoyed your time. Thank you, ma'am. All right. So next up, guys, I'd like you to listen on this one. So this is labor education for graduating students to be presented by Miss Ruth, sorry, to be presented by Miss Ruth Arevalo of Dole Cavite. So Miss Ruth, if you're ready, sa inyo na po yung floor.
Main campus graduates, to my fellow speakers, to all faculty, in behalf of our officer in charge, Engineer Joseph P. Gacosta, isang magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. We will be discussing general labor standards in preparation for your upcoming graduation. Binabati na po namin kayo in advance na isang maligayang pagtatapos. Your graduation is drawing near. That's why you need to be equipped with all the knowledge when it comes to the world of work. So, in our 1 hour and 40 minutes or 40 minutes to 1 hour discussion, this is the outline. We will be discussing our support, minimum wage, and authorized deductions, holiday, premium pay, up to retirement pay. Hindi pa man po kayo nagsisimula sa pagtatrabaho, we will be discussing retirement pay. Ano po? So, I have a disclaimer po when it comes to this lecture. The views and opinion of the speaker do not reflect the views and opinion of our boss, especially our department. Again, for discussion purposes lamang po ito. Ano po? So, we will start with our references. Kung ang mga Kristiyano po ay mayroong Biblia na pinagbabasihan na kanilang araw-araw or ng ating araw-araw na pamumuhay, we at the Department of Labor, we have this PD 442 or Republic Act 6715, which is the Labor Code of the Philippines. Ano po? So, all the legal rights employers and employees' rights are found in this essential book. So what is general labor standards? General labor standards, these are the minimum terms, conditions, and benefits of employment that employers must provide or comply with and to which employees are entitled as a matter of legal right. So, si employer po ang provide ng mga conditions na to, ng mga benefits na to all workers. First and foremost, kapag tayo ay nagtrabaho, we are entitled to wages. Wages, salaries, or emoluments, pare-pareho lang po ito ng meaning. These are the compensation paid to a worker for the work or services rendered. Kapag kayo po ay nagpagal, pag kayo po ay nagtrabaho, meron po kayo sweldo at the end of the day or sweldo at the end of the cut-off or at the end of the month. It is the basis for computing the salary-related benefits of worker. So, no wages shall be less than the minimum wage set by the existing wage law or the regional tripartite wage and productivity board or the NWPC. Ano po? Or RWP. So, when it comes to payment of wages, it should be in cash or legal tender. It should be paid or at near the place of work, paid directly to the employee. Ano po? So, kapag po kayo ay nagtatrabaho sa Jollibee or sa KFC or sa McDonald's, hindi naman po pwedeng doon kayo nagtatrabaho, burger po ang isasahod sa inyo. Ano po? O kaya po, kapag sa milkihan kayo nagtatrabaho, milki ang isasahod sa inyo. It should be in the form of a legal tender. Kasi po, yung sweldo or yung burger, hindi naman pwedeng i-buy sa jeep. Ano po? It should be a legal tender. And also, it should be a place of work. Well, your affiliate, you should be Siyempre po, generally, bawat po ang sahod natin sa ibang tao. But there are exceptions. Ano po, meron po mga exempting circumstances unless otherwise po na 50-50 sa hospital or may authorization, doon lamang po pwede ibigay ng isang HR or payroll officer ang sweldo natin sa ibang tao. So, yung mga lalaki po, pwede silang magligaya na, magdiwa, kasi yung sahod nila, kanila lang po, unless otherwise ibigay yung ATM sa kanilang mga misis. Okay po. Next po is the payment of wages again. It should be paid not less than once every 2 weeks or twice within a month. Maybe weekly, maybe more often, or even daily, but never once a month. So, pwede daw po ang inyong mga sahod ay ibigay arawan, pwede pong lingguhan, pwede pong every cut-off, but never once a month. Question number 2. Gaano po katagal yung allowed na pondo? Kasi nga po, yung iba, pumasok ng trabaho June 1. Pagdating po ng June 15, wala pa rin sasahurin, June 30 pa makakasahod. Allowed lang po yung 15 days na pondo sa mga guardia, sa mga security guards because they have this firearms and advance, so they are allowed. Pero on all other trabaho po, hindi na po pwede yung 2 linggong pondo. Maximum days po ng pondo ay 5 days. So, 5 araw lang po pinaalam. Next po is the minimum wage in the province of Cavite. Based on sa wage order number 18 of 2018. So for example po, si Inda, dahil tayo ay nasa Inda, noong April 28, 2018, ang minimum wage po is 303. But with the simplification increase noong December 2019, naging 373 na po ang minimum wage sa Indang. Again, minimum wage po sa Indang is 373. Effective December 2019. 400 po ang Bacoor and Imus. The rest po is 373. Pinakamababa po yung General Aguinaldo, Mendez, and Magallanes. As of today po, wala pa pong nakaambang pagtaas para sa ating mga sahod. Okay po. Article 113-115 discusses all about non-interference in the disposal of wages and allowable deduction. So, Labor Advisory 11 Series of 2014. Ano po ba nilalaman ng Labor Advisory 11 Series of 2014? These are the unauthorized deduction. Bawal po pagtasan ng isang empleyado when it comes to uniforms, cash deposit for loss or damages, PPEs, capital share. Pwede po yung capital share kung co-op or may dividendo. So, dapat po libre pala uniform. 2 sets po para wash and wear. Kung isa lang po, pina-advise po namin or we are encouraging companies to issue 2 sets of uniform para po merong wash at saka wear. Hindi po wear and wear. Hairnet po, safety shoes, and other gloves po, face mask, face shield. Nowadays po, pinaprovide na po ito ni company free of charge, but yung succeeding po, halimbawa, tinatamad ka maglaba, 2 lang yung na-issue sa'yo, gusto mo ay 5. Yung 3 po, may bayad na. Ano po, huwag masyado abusado. Ano po, sa face mask po at sa face shield, ganun din po. When it comes to training fees and such other deductions, dapat po ay libre. But kung merong iba pong provision sa inyong company rules and regulation or sa CBA, yun po ang mananatili. Next po is the normal hours of work. Ilang oras daw po ba ang normal working hours? So, alam niyo naman po yan. Alam natin lahat na yung normal working hours ay 8 hours. So, example po is 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 7 to 3, 8 to 4, 9 to 5. So, those are 8 hours of work. Yun po yung mga shift na merong 8 hours. So, meal periods po. Article 85 of the Labor Code. Kapag po ang lunch break po ang pinag-uusapan natin, hindi po yung coffee break, hindi po yung snack break during 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Ito po yung lunch break. If yung lunch break po natin is not less than 60 minutes or 1 hour, pag 59 minutes pababa, yun po ay compensable. While kapag ang ating lunch break ay 1 hour, yun po ay hindi bayad ng company. Example, ang shift mo po ay 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Ang iyo pong lunch break ay 11 to 11:30. Yung 30 minutes po bang lunch break ay compensable or hindi? Compensable po kasi below 1 hour siya. Pero kung pumasok ka na 7 to 4, ang break time mo ay 12 to 1. Ilang oras po ang babayaran? 8 hours po ang babayaran sa inyo ng company, while yung lunch break mo from 12 to 1, hindi po siya compensable. So what we are talking about here is lunch break again. Lunch break po, regardless kung 2 beses ka nag-coffee break or snack break. Okay po? After the lunch break or the meal periods, next po is yung ating holiday pay. This refers to the payment of the regular daily wage for any unworked regular holiday. So, we all know that ilang holidays po meron sa Pilipinas every year. So, nababago din po ito, pero regular holidays po, meron tayo 9 regular holidays. Alam niyo naman po na kapag pumasok ka during regular holiday, magkano po ang binabayad? Double pay. Kapag hindi mo pinasukan, ano po ang mangyayari kapag hindi mo pinasukan ang iyong regular holiday pay? Kapag hindi ka pumasok on the day itself, the regular holiday, but pumasok ka the day before, kita niyo naman po sa ating presentation, a day before, but pumasok ka sa regular holiday that merits 200% of your basic pay. But, pumasok ka the day before, hindi ka pumasok on the regular holiday itself, may bayad po ba o wala? Yes po, may bayad pa rin. You are entitled to your 100% basic pay. So, nawala na po yung after. Nung ano po, before and after. Kung kayo po ay naka-live with pay, naka-rest day prior doon po sa day ng holiday, kayo po ay entitled sa 100% of your basic pay. So, make it sure po kung kayo po ay absent sa regular holiday itself, pumasok kayo the day before the holiday, so you are still entitled with the 100%. So, these are the Philippine regular holidays po. This 2020, we all know January 1, New Year's Day, April 9, Araw ng Kagitingan, April 10, Good Friday, April 9, dalawa po yun. Ano po? Monday, Thursday, and Araw ng Kagitingan, May 1, June 12, August 31, last week po is November 30, which is the Bonifacio Day, December 25, these are the upcoming regular holidays. May dalawa pa po. Ano po? So, that is Christmas Day and Rizal Day. So, yun po yung ating mga holiday pay. Again, kapag pumasok ka, that merits 200% of your basic pay. Kapag hindi mo pinasukan, but nasunod mo yung mga conditions provided, that merits 100% of your basic pay. Okay, sample computation po is that kung ang minimum wage po sa Indang is 373, to just multiply it by 2, you will yield 746 pesos. So kung pumasok ka no November 30, you will earn 746 pesos. So after holiday pay, here comes premium pay. So kung merong holiday, regular holiday, we have this special holiday. Unlike po sa regular holiday, kahit hindi ka pumasok, you are still entitled with your basic pay. Dito po, kay special day, we have no work, no pay. So, hindi ka pumasok, you are not entitled to your 30% unless there is a provision sa CBA or voluntary practice na nag-grant ng 30% kahit hindi ka pumasok. Day off mo, Sunday, pinapasok ka ng management or ng company, you will yield additional 30% of your basic pay. Sample computation po, if you're living in Inda or in Tagaytay or in Silang, 370 is the basic pay. You multiply it by 30%, you will yield 111.90 cents. So that's additional 111 pesos for reporting to work on a special day, special holiday, or rest day. Overtime pay. So it refers to the additional compensation for work performed beyond 8 hours a day. So, napag-usapan natin kanina, normal working hours is 8 hours. So, pag nag-exceed ka na sa 8 hours and authorize ito, that is what we call overtime or overtime pay. Ano po? Make it sure na yung ating overtime ay authorized. Hindi po yung kaya ka nag-exceed ng oras is dahil nag-loitering ka, nagpolvo ka pa, and some of the requirements to have overtime pay is may authorization from your immediate supervisor. So here is the computation. Overtime during ordinary day yields or merits 25% of your hourly rate. Sample po is again 373. You will divide it by 8. You will get 46 pesos and 62 cents. Multiply it by 1.25 and you will get 58 pesos per oras ang iyong OT. For example, nag-overtime ka naman during your special holiday or regular holiday or your rest day, that's 30% of the hourly rate. Sample po again is 373. You multiply it by 1.3 and that's 60 pesos and 60 cents per hour. So, wag po tayo magtataka yung mga security guard po na ang duty is 12 hours. Mas malaki po yung kanilang daily rate compared po dun sa mga nag-o-office na walang overtime. Next po, after overtime pay, here comes night shift differential pay. So, ano daw po yung night shift differential pay? It refers to the additional compensation of 10% of an employee's regular wage for each hour for work performed between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So, kapag nag-duty ka, simula alas 10 ng gabi hanggang alas 6 ng umaga, the following day, you will yield 10% of your hourly rate. So, that's 373 divided by 8 times 10%. You will get 4 pesos and 66 cents per hour multiplied by the number of hours na nag-duty ka. So, kung 8 hours ka nag-duty, you will get almost 35 pesos. Service incentive leave. So, based on our labor code, every employee who has rendered at least, kailangan po ay naka-isang taon ka na sa serbisyo, you are entitled to service incentive leave of 5 days with pay. Dahil yung SIL is commutable to its money equivalent at the end of the year. So, ang mandated pa lang po ng batas ngayon is 5 days, but meron na pong clamor, na nasa Kongreso na to make it 10 days per year. 5 days SL or sick leave 5 days vacation leave. For discussion purposes po, kami po sa government, dito po especially sa DOLE, we have, para po mainggit kayo, ano? We have 15 vacation leave, 15 days sick leave, 3 days special leave, 3 days compassionate leave, meron din po kaming 5 days forced leave, and meron po kaming compensatory leave o compensatory time off. That's the time kapag kayo po ay nag-overtime. Kasi po walang bayad ng overtime namin, but kino-compensate po yon ng mga days ng pasok. So again, ulitin ko po, 15 days SL, 15 days BL, 5 days forced leave, 3 days special leave, 3 days compassionate leave. All in all, ilan po ang leave namin in a year? 41 po ang total. So kung ako po, ang basic ko is 1,000 a day. So that's equivalent to 41,000. That is commutable or can be monetized, half of it at the end of the year. So pwede pong doon ko siya i-monetize at saka po ako mag-bakasyon. Kanina po, sabi ko, para mainggit kayo. Ngayon po, para mainggit tayo, there is this company in Imos and Gentry. They have 30 days vacation leave, 30 days sick leave, 5 days, 5 days emergency leave, 5 days bereavement leave, 5 days compassionate leave, and another 5 days for a special leave, calamity leave. All in all, ilan po ang leave ng company ko? 80 po, 80 days in a year. Nung nagdi-discuss po ako sa isang school last year, may tumaas pa yung kamay. Sabi nila, ma'am, yung tatay ko po may travel allowance, may cellphone allowance, at may pabigas pa. Gusto pong malaman kung ano yung company? Itago na lang po natin sa pangalan, San Miguel Corporation. Ano po? So ano po ang gagawin? Apply na tayo sa San Miguel. Lipat na tayong lahat sa San Miguel. Again, that is for discussion purposes lang po. Okay po, move on tayo sa ating service incentive leave. Again, ang mandated pa lang po ng batas as of today is 5 days po and can be commutable to cash at the end of the year. Next type of leave po. Benefits na po ang pinag-uusapan natin, mga kapatid. Here comes the maternity leave. So, before po, ang maternity leave natin ay 60 days with the enactment of this new maternity or expanded maternity leave, be it cesarean or normal delivery, hanggang 105 days na po ang ating maternity leave. And unlike paternity leave, ito po ay hindi strict. It can be given or it can be availed by the unmarried woman, kahit po hindi kasal. And ang magandang balita po dito, unlimited na po ang pag-a-avail ng maternity leave, provided meron ka lang 3 months na hulog kay SSS. Opo, again, unlimited na po yung pag-a-avail natin ng maternity leave. Next po, here comes paternity leave. Sabi ko nga kanina, unlike maternity, si paternity po, medyo strict ang requirements. Kailangan po, naka-bold, naka-underline, kailangan po ay married. Ano po? This is to allow the husband to lend support to his wife during her period of recovery and or in nursing her newborn child. Kung unlimited po si maternity, si paternity po ay hanggang 4 na anak lang. And it should be availed by the local wife with whom he is cohabiting. Hindi lang po kasal, kailangan po nagsasama. Baka po during kasi ng process nung ginagawa, nagsasama sila, pero nung manganak na yung asawa, hiwalay na, hindi na po siya makaka-avail na paternity leave. And these are the conditions po. 7 days po ito, it could be staggered, pwede rin pong tuloy-tuloy at mababayaran po ito ni SSS. So, conditions for entitlement, he is an employee, kailangan nagsasama, nag-apply siya sa paternity leave, nagkaroon ng delivery or kahit po miscarriage. So kahit miscarriage po, pwedeng mag-avail si husband na paternity leave. So after paternity leave, here comes the solo parent leave. So, ito po mga dinidiscuss kong additional leave benefits is on top pa po ito ng ating SLBL. On top pa po ito, meaning add-ons po ito, hindi pa po kasama doon sa 5 days. So, next type of leave po is the parental leave for solo parents, RA 8972. So, sino-sino daw po ba yung mga solo parents? Ano po? Again, for discussion purposes po ito, wala pong discrimination na intended ang ating speaker. Number 1 po, these are the victims of rape. Out of the crime po, nagkaroon ng anak. Ano po? Kaya po solo parent. Baka po magtanong kayo, solo parent, ba't nagkaanak? Number 2 po, ito po yung sumakabilang buhay muna po. Buhay yung asawa for not more than 1 year. Kailangan po nakababalok sana. Number 3 po, ito po yung kung meron sumakabilang buhay, sumakabilang bahay na yung asawa for more than 1 year. And kailangan nakababalok sana din yung asawa mo iniwan ka. Number 4 po, ito po yung mga breadwinner ng pamilya, provided po may 18 years old pababa na kapatid. And number 5 po, ito po yung mga nag-ampon, provided po meron ding ampon na 18 years old pababa. Ano po? So kung kayo po pasok dito sa mga kategoryang ito, maaari po kayong kumuha ng ID sa ating DSWD or initial po is sa barangay. Ano po? Kaya kukuha lang po tayo ng ID sa barangay, renewable every year, and ang pinakamahalagang part po, merong monitoring. So meron pong magre-report na si letter A, may kinakasama na, may inuuwi na. Ano pong mangyayari sa ID? Mare-revoke po yung ating ID. So maaaring meron po kayong katanungan, sino po ang magre-report? Sino po ang magmamonitor? Siguro naman po, lahat tayo merong mga concerned at curious na kapitbahay. Si ating concerned at curious na kapitbahay, sila po ang magre-report sa barangay na meron ka ng inuuwi o may kinakasama. Kaya ang moral lesson po, maging mabait sa kapitbahay. Next po. So that is the solo parental leave. Again, 7 days po ito in a year. So every year po nare-renew yung card. Nare-renew din po yung 7 days. And non-commutable sa cash. Kapag hindi po nagamit, forfeited. And then reason lang po ng paggamit ay para lahat sa bata. Birthday ng bata, PTA meeting ng bata, graduation ng bata, igagala ang bata, para lahat po sa bata. Okay, move on po tayo with the 13-month pay. Nangangamoy 13-month pay na po, magpapasko na. So, 13-month pay is given not later than December 24 of every year. Actual computation po natin is actual days na ipinasko or work times basic pay divided by 12. It is the basic salary earned by an employee in a calendar year. Basic salary, meaning hindi po kasamang OT pay, hindi kasamang holiday pay. Ang night shift differential pay, hubad na hubad po yung 13-month pay. Basic lang po. Ano po? Huwag kayong magtataka kung malaki naman yung monthly nyo kasi panay ang OT nyo. Pero po, yung inyo pong 13-month pay ay maliit. Again, basic pay lang po ang ating 13-month pay. kailangan po bago mag-December 24 ng bawat taon may ibigay na po ito sa inyo. With the occurrence of pandemic or COVID-19 crisis, wala pong deferment na in-issue ang Labor Department. Ano po, kailangan pa rin pong magbigay ang ating mga mamumuhunan sa ating mga manggagawa. Tuloy pa rin po ang 13 month. Ano po, again, wala pong deferment. Next po is the retirement pay. Again, hindi pa man kayo nagsisimula, pero i-discuss ko na rin to kasi baka may magulang kayo nag-intend na mag-retire na, may kapitbahay kayo nagtatanong, ano ba yung computation na retirement pay. As of today po, ang retiring age natin or retirement age pa rin natin ay 60 years old, that's optional, or 65, yun na po yung mandatory na retirement age dati dito po existing sa ating bansa. So kapag po PNP, Marines, meron naman po silang retirement age na isinet which is 56. So para po yun sa kanila. Sa atin po sa government and sa private, this is the retirement age. Provided meron na po silang 5 years na isinerbisyo sa isang kumpanya or sa pagawaan. Okay po? Computation po for the retirement pay, that is 22.5 times daily rate times number of years in service. So ano po ang inclusion sa 22.5? 15 days is yun po kalahating buwan yung sahod with the latest salary rate. 5 days po doon yung ating service incentive leave. And 2.5 po is the prorated 13-month pay, making it 22.5 days times daily rate. So kung malaki po yung sahod no, matagal na kayo sa kumpanya, malamang sa malamang malaki po yung retirement pay. Iba pa po to sa retirement pay na makukuha natin sa SSS and sa PCU. Next po, these are the mandatory benefits. Mandatory meaning kailangan pong ibigay, non-negotiable po. Hindi porket sumulat ang worker na ayoko magpakaltas ng SSS, PhilHealth and Pag-ibig, hindi na nga po natin kakaltasan. Again, mandatory po yung SSS, PhilHealth and Pag-ibig. Most of you po baka hindi familiar kay EC. Ito po yung sangay din ng dole na nasa loob ng SSS, wherein yung employer po natin ay nagbabayad ng 10 or 20 pesos a month para po in case na magkaroon ng aksidente or may mangyari sa atin, may additional benefits tayong makukuha aside from SSS. Ito po yung when tayo ay nagtatrabaho, papasok sa trabaho o pauwi sa trabaho. Again, these are the mandatory benefits. Okay po. Other related labor laws, connected po ito sa labor. Ito po yung mga intact na sa ating mga companies in place na po. Drug-free workplace. So meron tayong tinatawag po screen test. Kapag po nag-positive po kayo sa screening test, hindi po porket nag-positive kayo doon ay addict na po. Ano po? Meron po tayong confirmatory test. So kapag nag-positive pa rin ang isang worker sa confirmatory, addict na. Ano po? Subject for rehabilitation at the expense of sa worker po yung naka-charge. Ano po? Ngayon po, after 6 months, magaling na. Na-certify na din po ni physician na magaling na siya, pwede na po siyang makabalik sa trabaho. In the event po na hindi po siya makabalik, po, dahil for some reasons hindi siya nagpa-rehabilitate, siya po ay pwede nang tanggalin sa trabaho. Policies naman po ni DOLE with regards sa TB, HIV, hepatitis B, control in the workplace is non-discrimination. Ano po? So, confidentiality din po ng results ng mga test na to and non-discrimination. Ilalagay din po natin sila sa mga lugar which is accommodating and bagay po or hindi matitrigger yung kanilang mga diseases or yung sakit. Anti-sexual harassment. company po ito, ano po, and sa workplace or sa kay Dolly po. Next po is the 10 days leave for victims of bawsi. Special leave for women, additional labor laws, and solo parent leave. Ito po yung na-discuss ko kanina. So, special leave for women po, ito po yung Magna Carta benefits. When ang isang female worker po ay na-operahan sa breast or sa private organ, they are entitled for 60 days additional leave. Separate po ito sa leave na nakukuha natin kay SSS. So, sino po yung magbabayad ng ating Magna Carta leave? Ang magbabayad po noon ay si company. 10 days leave naman po para sa victim ng bawsi or violence against women and their children. That is RA 9262. So, daanan ko lang po ng mabilis. We have 3 types po ng violence. Ang rampant po at very aware tayo is the physical violence. Ito po yung kapag binubugbog ka ng iyong partner, asawa, dating kinakasama, be it lalaki, babae, or LGBTQ++, you are entitled for 10 days leave provided meron ka pong blatter sa barangay or meron kang i-final na case sa prosecutor. Paid leave po ito courtesy ng company. Second type of violence po is the emotional violence. Kapag po kayo ay minumura, kapag po kayo tinetext, kapag kayo ini-stalk ng inyong mga partner, dating asawa, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, paglabas nyo ng gate ng kabso, nandoon sa kanto, ano po, hindi makamove on sa inyong mga beauty, yun po yun. Or, pinakamahalagang type po ng violence is the economic violence. Ito po yung mga hindi nagsusustento sa ating mga asawa, sa inyong mga naging asawa. Ano po? So, moral lesson po dito, kapag hindi kaya, huwag pong magdagdag. Ano po? Pag hindi na kaya sumuporta o sumustento, huwag magdagdag. Ang mga Muslim po, allowed sila to marry until 4 spouses or wives kasi po, tinatanong muna yung first wife or second wife kung kaya pa po. Humihingi po sila ng approval doon sa kanilang mga naunang asawa at kung meron ka pang funds to support such. So, these are the additional related labor laws na may encounter nyo po when it comes to the world of work. So, na-amaze po ba kayo? Natatakot na kayo sa world of work? Para medyo malighten naman po ang ating mood, hindi puro batas, these are the in-demand jobs for fresh graduates last 2019. So, ito po yung mga top 10 industries with most number of jobs for fresh graduates. So, again, kung wala po dito yung course nyo, huwag kayong mag-alala. Kasi minsan, nakakaroon tayo ng job mismatch, graduate ka ng EdTech, graduate ka ng nursing, nasa BPO naman. So, that is number 1, BPO. Number 2, industry is retail. Ito na po yung Alphamart, Pure Gold, kahit saan ka pumuntang kanto, meron. We have number 3, real estate. Number 4, manufacturing. Ito po ang mga manufacturing sa atin, FCIE, EPSA, Daiichi, we have Carmona, we have Gateway at iba-iba pa pong companies or ecozones. Number 5 po, F&B, patok na patok. Number 6, banking. 7, construction. 8, telco. Number 9, trading. And number 10, IT software. Again, kung wala dyan yung course mo, huwag kang malungkot. Ano po? Baka na andito sa susunod na slide, which is the top 10 highest paying jobs in the Philippines. Number 1, wag na magtaka. Bakit number 1 ang doktor? Number 2, judges. 3, lawyers. 4, bank managers. 5, CEOs. 6, CFOs. Number 7, dentist or orthodontist. Number 8, college professors. Pasok na pasok yung ating mga faculties pala. Number 9 is pilots. And number 10, marketing directors. So, po, these are the top 10 highest paying jobs. So, a while ago, nakita ko naman open yung ibang camera sa inyo. Medyo hindi naman po photographic yung memory ko, but Before, nung nagpe-face-to-face pa po kami dyan sa Katsumin, umiikot po talaga ako sa venue to make sure nakita ko po lahat ng estudyanteng umattend. The rationale behind is that, kaya ko rin po tinitingnan yung camera kanina or yung ating screen, is that ito po ang iiwanan kong challenge sa inyo. In the next 5 years or 10 years, ako po kasi ay isang inspector, kami po yung lumilibot sa lahat ng kumpanya. Ang hamon ko po sa inyo, sana po kayo yung HR manager na haharap sa akin, safety officer, nurse, admin manager, owner ng company, or kaya po kayo po yung financial officer or accounting. Pwede din naman pong complainant. But mas gusto ko po kayo yung mga nasa una or nauna ko nang sinabi. Ano po? And with that, marami pong salamat at isa pong magandang hapon.
Ayan, so thank you po doon. So to represent Department of Labor and Employment po, Dole, Cavite, is Sir Lou Junel Velasco. Sir, magandang hapon po sa inyo.
Good afternoon po sa ating lahat at sa ating mga tagapanood. And thank you po for having us, by the way. And in behalf of our engineer, Joseph De Costa, our OIC, and Miss Ruth na rin po, medyo maraming commitment si Miss Ruth ngayon. So, good afternoon po sa ating.
Okay lang po, sir. Good afternoon po. To our audience, we are now open for questions. Kung meron po kayong tanong dun po sa presentation kanina, pwede nyo pong tanongin si Sir Lou para masagot po yung or ma-address po yung concern natin. So, Sir Lou, habang nag-iisip po yung audience natin, nag-prepare na po ako ng question, no? Ano po masasabi, ito po yung question ko. So, yung market po natin, sa sabi ng isang report is that nasa 3 million po ata ang unemployed ngayong April to May. So, hindi ko po alam kung gaano po ka-accurate yung report. Pero ito po ay nakakatakot or scary for job seekers na papasok ng market kasi mas madami pa pala yung unemployed. So, ano po yung pwede nyong ma-impart or ano po yung pwede nating ma-advise sa job seekers natin para po hindi sila ma-demotivate or hindi po sila ma-discourage na mag-apply in the next few months pag-graduate nila?
Yes po, thank you for the question po. Actually, very true na marami po talaga ang nawalan ng trabaho. Siyempre, nag-given na nga po yung pandemic and such factors na rin po when it comes to businesses na nagpo-close dahil nga po wala na rin silang capital to continue na makapag-provide pa ng job sa ating mga job seekers na rin. Pero at the same time, nagkaroon din po tayo mga opportunities. If you would see such opportunities like yung mga food panda po natin, yung ating mga delivery services, logistics, nag-boom po sila in the midst of the pandemic. So, I would suggest we have what we call the LMI, the Labor Market Information. I believe Jobs 180 also provides the labor market information. At marami po tayong pinagkukunan ng LMI, hindi natawag. So, ano po ba ang LMI? Siya po yung supply and demand ng jobs natin dito sa Pilipinas. And most current po na information ay nakukuha natin sa ating website na rin. Pero nagbibigay din po ang ating other government agencies like PSA, like NSO or PSA, formerly NSO, and PESA, PESO, mga LGUs po natin, bibigay din po sa natin. So, you can gather inform yung mga jobs na mas nag-boom po ngayon sa yung mga returning jobs na tinatawag. Kasi nag-open na po unti-unti yung ating mga industries at bumabalik na rin po yung demand natin for other jobs. So, yun po, makikita po natin doon yung mga nag-i-in-demand na po ulit na jobs, pwede po nila pasukan. Depende na rin po dun sa skills na meron sila at yung mas babagay po sa kanila. Yun po.
Oh, so maraming salamat po, Sir Lou. No? So promising naman, guys. So kahit marami namang walang trabaho, babawi na rin naman, nag-open na rin, sabi ni Sir Lou, yung iba't ibang industries. So this means na looking on the bright side na tayo. Looking on the bright side. Alright. Next, Sir Lou, I would like to ask po, ano po yung mga common grievances or common violations ng usual violations ng companies and or employees din po para lang po maging reminder po siya or para maging cause of warning po siya dun sa mga job seekers natin na papasok na labor force.
Actually po yung mga nabanggit kanina na yung mga na-discuss kanina, yung po yung common grievances natin. That's why we're trying to inform our students sa mga rights nila, dun sa mga dapat na statutory benefits na natatanggap nila at yung mga hindi po ini-impose sa kanila like uniforms na dapat po libre yon. Most likely yung mga deductions na hindi po dapat dinedduct sa kanila, dapat alam din po nila yon. Ang mga mandatory deductions po natin yung SSS, bill at pag-ibig, yun lamang po ang dapat na dinedduct sa kanila pagdating po nila ng employment. And kapag may hiningi po other than that, pwede po silang mag-file ng complaint sa atin. Pwede rin po silang mag-undergo ng grievance procedures natin dito po sa ating tanggapan.
Yun. So, thank you for that, sir. Sir, last na lang po. Saan po sila pwedeng how do they get in touch with you if ever they have concerns or if ever they know someone na may complaints, paano po sila lalapit sa Dole po Cavite?
Actually, we have our Facebook page po, no? That's the easiest probably kasi most likely online na rin po ang ating mga students ngayon and they're tech savvy. So, I would suggest our Facebook page. You can follow our Facebook page. Pakilike na rin po pala ang aming Facebook page. That's facebook.com/DoleCPO po. Charlie Papa Oscar, so Dole CP. Yun po. And then, at the same time, pwede rin po sila magtungo sa aming tanggapan mismo. That's, ang address po is 13 Martires City, Pugu Perez po. Sa tabi po ng PhilHealth lamang po siya. So, pwede po sila mag-personally pumunta na rin. Kaya lang, medyo dala na lang po tayo ng ating mga ating safety or PPEs na rin po natin like face mask and face shields. Pwede rin naman po na tumawag sila sa aming hotlines. That's, meron pong phone tayo na ginagamit, 419-1996. Or 423-3223.
Ayan. So, thank you for that, Sir Lou. So, guys, again, the Facebook page is facebook.com/DoleCPO. Ayan. So, pwede nyo pong i-like dyan and follow them para if you have grievances in the future, if you want to be updated in current news, ayan. So, dyan nyo sila makikita. Alright, Sir Lou, on behalf po of PCU and the entire Jobs 180 team, nagpapasalamat po kami sa Dole Cavite team din po kay Miss Ruth and to you, sir, for gracing us with your presence and presenting yung mga information na nasabi po kanina. Maraming salamat po, Sir Lou.
Thank you, Ms. Shari.
Sir. Thank you, sir. Ayan. So, guys, we have ended. So, natapos na natin yung tatlong topic natin for this afternoon. So, to officially close our session for this afternoon, we'd like to call on Reverend Lelinda Mugot, Student Services Office Director of Philippine Christian University, to give us the closing remarks.
Congratulations and praise the Lord for this very successful career fair. Thank you for all those people who made this possible. I know that our graduating students were able to learn many things, develop their skills and confidence for them to be able to find a greener pasture for the future. And thank you for the participation of all our students. And continue to pursue your dreams and always put into your mind that what you learn from your school and what you learn from each other, from what you get from your family and friends, you put them together, including with this webinar. Nothing will be impossible for you to be able to pursue your dreams. So God bless everyone and keep safe and always be happy.
Thank you for that, ma'am. All right. So, guys, we are not done yet. So, to secure your attendance, we'd like you guys to evaluate this event. So, please don't forget to evaluate. We have separate links, one for PCU Manila and one for PCU Dasma. We will be showing that on the screen, and we will be putting it. I will be just put it in the comment section. So, please evaluate. So, para magkaroon kayo ng attendance. So please don't forget to join us on June 23 for the PCU job fair or the virtual career fair. So we will be joined by different companies and employers, and it's a high time for you guys to join us dun sa mga postings and mga vacancies ng companies natin. So habang sumasagot kayo, I would like to thank CEO Group for being one of our corporate sponsors for this event. So you can check them out at the CEO store in Lazada and Shopee, or at the nearest mall in your area to shop for your corporate attire needs. For career opportunities, it's jobsunity.com/CEO group. So to everyone, thank you for joining us this afternoon, and we hope we get to meet you on June 23rd. And if you guys are interested to join the next set of webinars that we'll be hosting for other schools, please watch out for the announcement on our Facebook page. The topics that will be discussed will be there, and you're welcome to join any of those sessions. All right. So if you have no more questions, we'd like from Jobs 180 team, we'd like to thank PCU and to you guys for lending us your time. So that's it. So see you guys. Have a great afternoon. Stay safe. Bye bye.